Hello and welcome to Birdie Bee's Bugs. Today, something a bit unusual. I went to a local attraction. It's called Butterfly World. And what this is like it's a large greenhouse and it keeps butterflies and they breed them there. Well, they don't actively breed them, the butterflies just breed themselves. And you can walk amongst the butterflies. And I did a lot of filming and I wanted to show it to you guys because I really like butterflies. So, like, some of these are emperor butterflies that I'm showing you, and some of them are damaged. It just happens, like you can see one there that's fine. You can see one that's got a broken wing. But this is a really good facility for the butterflies. They really take care of them as best they can, and it's nice to be able to walk amongst them. It is quite warm in there, quite warm. But they do have signs everywhere saying don't touch the butterflies. So they do their best, and they do have CCTV. They have some little birds who also live in the facility, these little birds here. And they have lots of other things as well that I'm going to showcase to you in this video. So where I could, I've identified the butterflies from the Butterfly World identification sheet that they sell in like the gift shop. It's like £1. And some of them I'm not sure if I've got right 100%, but I'm for example, I think this is actually a small postman rather than a postman, but I just couldn't tell because it's I'm trying to identify from a picture and they all look different. But it's a really, really nice place to go. It's not very expensive. It's £4.50 for an individual ticket, and I think you can get a family ticket for about £12-15. Well, here's some postman butterflies that are actually mating. This is how they mate. It's a bit weird. And the facility is located in a place called Preston Park, which is local to me. And the park has a lovely old museum on the grounds that's also ridiculously cheap to get in. It's something like a tenner for the entire year for a family ticket. And it's got it's a really nice place to go if you live in the northeast, or if you live close to the northeast and it's not too much of a hassle to drive. Preston Park's a great day out. So this butterfly was the malachite. This is one of my favourites. I love green. Green is like one of my favourite colours. So seeing this pretty butterfly, I couldn't tell what that one was because it wasn't on camera for long enough. So I just identified the green butterfly. But I just think that they're so pretty, so very pretty. And I know that they do. They work with local artists and butterfly collectors. Like, so when they find the dead ones, like, they're not just thrown away. They actually are put to use. Like, they're reused. I know that a lot of the plants in there are quite rare. They've got ones from all over the world, some of which are like endangered plants, and they grow them there and they cultivate them. This is another variety, the malachite one. It's more black than the brown one, but some of them, the colours are amazing. They'll land on you. They have this is a beautiful like koi carp pond. They have two, and this one's the one with the fountain in it. The koi carp are huge, and you can get bags of fish food for 20p from the gift shop, and like throw the fish the food, which is cool. And obviously the fish are really used to this, so really all you have to do is hover your hand over the water and they'll all come to you. But I did buy some fish food and I did feed the fish. Obviously, occasionally butterflies end up in the water, and I was filming this one, and for some reason the footage was upside down. So I'm not sure how exactly that happened, because the iPhone is supposed to auto turn, but yeah, I ended up with this little bit of upside down footage, but I thought the butterflies were pretty, so, and there was some good examples of different ones, so I decided to keep that in. So we've been coming here since I was a little kid. I remember it opening when I was a little kid, and I take my nephews and my niece there, not all the time, but a couple of times a year. we definitely go to Butterfly World, and we go to Preston Park a lot more often than that because there's a great play park there, and we love the museum, and it's just a nice place to go and hang around and let the kids run off and play on in the play park while you sit and observe them from a bench and have a small heart attack when they go up giant climbing frames. This is the ant colony. This is a fairly new part of the exhibit in Butterfly World. So they've got this ant colony, and they've got the pipes going over the room, and it's like it's in two separate places. So they've got a bit where they put all of this greenery in for the ants to harvest and flowers, and then the other part of it is like where the ants live, and the ants like travel up and down the pipes across the room, and it's quite cool to sit and watch them, and see. There's not much information on them on the thing, but I assume that these are native British ants, or some sort of native British ant variety, because it would make more sense to have that. But they do have quite a big enclosure, so there's a lot of them, and it's really fascinating to watch. I'll just sit there for quite a while and watch them. I like watching them carrying the leaves around. This is the pipe tubing that I was talking about, and this is some of them like carrying the leaves back, and some of the workers going back. But they have other stuff too. This is a pygmy marmoset, which is really, 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 really cute, and I just want to smush his little face. But you cannot handle the animals. That's a no-no. So you can just look and admire and go, oh, look, he's so cute. Such a little cutie. They have chipmunks as well, but I couldn't get decent footage of them. This is the one tarantula that they have in Butterfly World. It's Chilean rose, Grammostola rosea. This is its enclosure. It backs onto an African millipede enclosure, but they are separated. I was like getting a bit of footage there of the webbing that the tarantula has done. It's actually bigger than the last time I was there, so I think it's probably had a shed. Can't tell if it's male or female because it doesn't move very much, but yeah. So they also have this lovely water dragon, very pretty, and this blue-tongued skink. And there was a little girl there who was going on about how much she loved the blue-tongued skink. It was like her favourite thing ever in the entire world, and I just thought that was really, really cute. And the other major thing they have are the meerkats, and there's a baby. The baby was born a couple of months ago, so it's not a tiny, tiny baby now. It's cuddled on top of its mum right there. And it's not tiny, tiny, but it is still quite small, and it's sort of very, very cute. You can sort of see it better there. But yeah, they've had the meerkats for a while. They used to have, oh, what do they call them? Desert something, desert groundhogs. Or something like that. That's what they used to have, but at some point they got replaced with meerkats. And at one point, this whole section of the facility had a lot more inverts in it, but I think like the meerkats have turned out to be more popular. You can see the little baby there is having a little scratch, and then they're gonna get into a little cuddle pile, a little meerkat cuddle pile. How cute. I know this is generally supposed to be about bugs, but like honestly, I mean, I don't know how you can watch footage of a baby meerkat and not be like, oh my god, it's so cute. I mean, we're all here for the bugs, but look at this little face. It's so cute. So yeah, it's a really good exhibit. The meerkats have got a good bit of space. There's not too many of them. I believe they've got like an agreement with a bigger facility that if like there's an overpopulation thing that can like sort out animals and stuff, but I think they do monitor them fairly closely. It's not a big facility, Butterfly World. It really is quite small. There's a very similar place to it in Leeds called Tropical World, and that's excellent. I highly recommend going there for a day out. This here is the Cocoon storage. So they go around and they collect the cocoons that they find, and this is a freshly hatched butterfly. Its wings are all still curled because it's just come out of its cocoon, which is fascinating. Like here you have all the cocoons, and they'll like they keep them all together. They go around and they collect them off the plants and everything, and they monitor them, and then they keep them in this box, and sometimes you can watch them hatch, which is really, really fascinating. It also is really, really cool that some of them do just look like Metapod, the Pokemon. Very, very creative of Pokemon to do that one. But I love like looking at all the different kinds of cocoons, and and trying to guess what species they belong to, because unless you actually see one coming out of the cocoon, you've got no chance of actually finding that out. There's some like golden ones or like metallic-y looking ones. I have no idea what they're from, but they're fascinating. And those big ones, I'm going to assume they've got some moths in there as well, some giant moths. So I'm going to assume that those are the giant moths. But that's another little freshly hatched one, having a little zip about. I'm sorry, the quality's not the best. It was quite reflective, the glass in there. But that's some of the butterflies that are just newly hatched, just been born. And this was one that was on the glass that I got like a decent underview of. I think it was the same one, and its wings are starting to uncurl more, which was pretty interesting for me. This was one of my favourite species. It's the green-barred swallowtail. Just absolutely beautiful, beautiful butterfly. I always find it fascinating that like people afraid of spiders are like sort of fine with butterflies, like because they've got the pretty wings. And one of my goals, I think, it will be to try and get people to see the beauty of the spiders. And like spiders can be so pretty as well, and they can have beautiful colours, and they can be cute and fluffy, and they can be just as pretty as a butterfly, in my opinion. So yeah, this is Butterfly World. It's located in Yarm, in the northeast of England, in Teesside. If you get the chance to go, highly recommend it. It's a great day out. You get to see all these really, really beautiful butterfly species in quite a natural environment. You can walk around with them. The butterflies will fly around, will often land on you, and you get to see things that you would not ordinarily see with like wild butterflies. You wouldn't normally see wild butterflies mating. Would be very rare for a wild butterfly to come and land on you. So it's a really, really nice day out. This is a female not very happy with the male that's trying to mate with her there. So she's doing the thing where they raise the tail and pretend to be a scorpion, which is quite hilarious. Like a cute little butterfly, I'm going to pretend I'm a scorpion to try and make you go away. I don't know why I do the voices. So yes, this is my video for today. I know it's a bit different from my normal content, but I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment below if the comments are indeed working, because that's a bit hit and miss these days. But yeah, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. I really appreciate every single view. So thank you very much, and I'll see you again next time.